it didn't take too much to but it didn't take.
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the Akai MPC ONE and just kind of give you guys my thoughts on this machine after owning it. I think I've had it a little over 2 months already. So far, after 2 months, want to share my input with you guys. This thing has been fun. It's been very simple to pick up. But before I jump into this, I do want to mention my background. I do come from the Akai MPC 2000 XL. I think you guys can see back here. This has been my machine for many years, so that's kind of like the workflow I'm used to. And also my DAW, I use Ableton Live. I love the MPC 2000 XL. I will never get rid of it. It's just something that's just close to me. But I'm not gonna lie, it does take time to push out a beat, sample, chop, export your beat into Ableton. So for those reasons, I kind of wanted to try out this new system. This is just a whole total different workflow. The good thing is that I was able to jump on this new system with a computer inside, standalone, and it was a pretty smooth transition. I didn't feel like this was a struggle to pick up. I think within about a week or so, I was already comfortable using this MPC ONE. Some of the things that stood out to me and why I wanted to jump on this MPC ONE, well, first of all, is because it's a standalone machine. I did want to try out the Ableton Push too because I do use Ableton, but it is not a standalone machine. So I know I have to plug it in, turn on my computer, and I actually live right here with my wife and my daughter in a studio bedroom apartment. So if you guys already know, if you guys have a family with you, doing everything in the same room, daughter's trying to go to sleep, my wife is going to sleep with my daughter, and like it gets crazy sometimes. I don't want to be blasting my computer, so I wanted to get something that was standalone, that I didn't have to touch my computer. And honestly, this MPC ONE is exactly what I was looking for when it comes down to just having a standalone machine. Which I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning, before I jumped on to the MPC ONE, I was a little scared. I wasn't too sure what to think about this whole LCD screen. I'm just so used to the 2000 XL with the small little screen. But this LCD screen has been so fun to work with. It's been very easy to use, and the functions that it gives you honestly just makes my life so much easier. I love the fact that you can go in here and start nudging all your notes. If you start performing a beat and you mess up here and there, you don't want to redo the whole thing. It's so fast, it's so easy just to go back into your grid view and start moving notes around. At first, like I did mention, I was a little scared. I didn't know if I was gonna gravitate towards it, but now after using it for quite some time, I love the fact that I have those features built into this machine. Another thing that I really enjoy about this MPC ONE is the fact that it comes with this SD card slot right here. It's so funny because this is such a small SD card slot compared to the 2000 XL. Woo, this thing is heavy. I don't know if you guys can see right here, but this is a huge difference. This has a micro SD card slot, and this thing had floppy disk, which is very hard to find. It's just kind of annoying trying to get these floppy disks to work, and this is so easy. I plug this SD card into my computer, I load up all my samples onto this SD card, I put it back in here, and everything's in here within seconds. It's just so fast, and maybe I'm making a big thing out of it because I'm used to coming from the 2000 XL, and just to get samples in here, it would be a hassle. Another thing that I want to mention is the fact that this thing is just so lightweight. As you guys saw me right now struggling with this 2000 XL, that thing is built like a tank, which is a good thing, but it is very heavy. This thing right here is very lightweight. I honestly, I can pick this thing up. I can take it with me anywhere I want to go and just plug it in anywhere I want. And it's just not a big deal for me to just pick it up and go anywhere. Okay, so another thing that I love about this MPC ONE, now before, I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but my background, I do not play any instruments. I wish I did, but I don't play no keyboards, bass, or guitar or anything like that. My style of music is sampled bass hip hop music, and I enjoy just sampling old records, getting them into my MPC, throwing some drums on top of that, like just kind of recreating music that was already made. I enjoy making music like that, and this MPC ONE honestly will give you everything you need to start making music like that. One of the things that got me really hooked on this machine was it has this function in here called like slice while you're sampling into the MPC ONE. So pretty much what it does is you hook up your record player or your iPhone or into your computer, you start sampling your music, but while you're sampling, while it's going into the MPC ONE, you can start slicing the pads and just kind of hit the pads as the sample is being recorded. And as you're hitting those pads, it's being chopped up already into those pads you're slicing into. And I don't know, but to me, that just made so much sense. Like coming from the MPC 2000 XL, for me to jump in and like sample something and then go to zone mode and then start slicing everything manually, it would take me so much time. It would take me from like 10 to 15 minutes, even 20 minutes sometimes, just to slice up a sample or an idea I had in my head. But having this slice mode on this MPC ONE just makes it so easy and so fast to chop up my samples. Honestly, within like 5 minutes or less, I already have all my samples chopped up into all my pads. So I guess it just saves you so much time in every way. Obviously, this is new technology, this is older technology. It is a lot more convenient, especially me that I have my daughter, and time means everything to me at the moment. Another thing that I really like is the fact that my headphone jack is right here in the front. So I love the fact that it's, headphones plug into the front, very easy and convenient. And also, I love the fact that the preamp for your headphones is very loud. Now, I don't put it all the way up, but like I mentioned, I have my daughter and I have my wife. Sometimes they're asleep and I want to put my headphones on. I'm able to crank up that volume pretty loud. On my XL, I would put it up all the way and I still felt like I wasn't, I wanted more volume out of it. But on this MPC ONE, I have way more gain than I would ever need. I trust me, I don't put it up all the way. Now, another thing is I was looking into the MPC Live. I know the MPC Live costs a little bit more. I think it was like $300 more than this MPC ONE. It did look really good to me, but I kind of just felt like going towards this direction because it just has so much more buttons right here. I didn't have to go through the shortcuts. It just has more functions on the MPC ONE. Plus, I don't know, I just kind of enjoy these small pads. They felt very good, and once I purchased it, got it out of the box, I'm not gonna lie, these pads will get dirty fast. The pads feel good, they feel very solid, but they do get dirty pretty fast. And the buttons, I love the fact that it has so many buttons. I think it's like 32, but they also feel really good. They don't feel cheap. They don't feel like they're flimsy. Now, compared to the MPC 2000 XL, those buttons are a lot sturdier, but these buttons, obviously, they're gonna last you a while. And for the extra price on the MPC Live versus this one, I felt like I'd rather just save me those $300 and stick with this machine that gives me, I feel, a little bit more functionality out of it. Now, one of the last things that I do want to mention about this MPC ONE, I know I touched up on it in the beginning, but this LCD display, I'm in love with it. Like, honestly, I picked up on it really fast. At the beginning, I was a little lost and confused, and I was like, man, I don't want to touch the screen because I'm so used to just going to my shift function and shift this and shift that on the XL that I wasn't even comfortable touching the screen when I first purchased this. But now, like a week and a half later, I'm in love with the LCD screen, and I'm always navigating through the LCD screen. I'm always on grid view. I love just grabbing my notes, shifting the volume up or down. Also, you can nudge each individual note left or right. So it allows you to get creative, create some unique grooves into your drums. There's just so much in this machine that I'm just skimming through some of the things that are standing out to me, but there's so much more on this machine. So yeah, guys, some of the things that I wish it was a little different about this MPC ONE. I know that the headphone jack is right here in the front, which I love that I can plug in my headphones right on the front of the unit. But in the back, you have your volume knob for your headphones, and you also have your gain knob for, when you connect your record player. I don't like the fact that it's in the back. When I have this thing on my desk, I'm kind of facing this way, and there's been so many times when I want to go in the back, give it some more gain. I'm not sure which knob it is. It's so small. I don't know if I'm going up or down. I don't know which, it's just so confusing. I wish they would have just put those knobs right here in the front it would have been so much easier just to raise your volume or just to raise up your gain. It's not a big issue. You guys will get used to it after a while, but it's just something small that I wish they would have done in the front. Another thing is the LCD screen. I know I was talking about it and saying how much I love it. I don't know if it's just my unit, or I don't know if this happens with other MPC ones, but I've noticed there's times when I'm trying to click or press certain notes on grid view and it's just not as responsive. Now I'm being very picky, you know, they do recognize my touch, but there's been times where I have to double or triple press it and then it will select a certain note. Again, I don't know if it's just my unit, or I don't know if it's because I still have this little, the skin that it came with. I'm not sure if it's that, but again, it's not a deal breaker. It doesn't, you know, stop me from making music. And honestly, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm trying to look for things that, you know, they could kind of be a negative, but there's not really much that I can say. The ease of use of this machine, it's so simple to pick up. I come from the 2000 XL, so I'm not sure if it's just easier for me like that. But within a week, I was already comfortable with this machine, and I'm just making music without having to think about the technical side and what does this do and what does that do. I feel very comfortable making music already with this machine, which I am gonna mention. If you guys are new into making music, you know, I have a background, I've been making beats for a while already, but if you guys are brand new, it might take you a little longer to understand the language of the MPC One, but I do not feel like it's that hard to pick up on. Another thing, guys, this does come with Mpc Software, which I've never used. I downloaded, I try to put it on my computer, but I never really use it. You guys do not need no computer. If you guys are really trying to get into making music, if you guys are new into making music, you don't even have a computer, I recommend this Mpc One 100%. You don't need to touch anything in your computer. You could just skip the computer and just have this Mpc One, get yourself some headphones, and just get a little adapter for your iPhone. And that right there, you'll start making music without needing anything else. It's just so simple. I love this Mpc One. I'm happy I stuck with the Mpc One. Oh yeah, and one more thing, guys, if you guys are interested in this Mpc One, at least when I was purchasing this thing was sold out everywhere, but I just seen that Amazon is back on stock with these. So if you guys are interested in purchasing one, check out the link down in my bio. I do have a link for this on Amazon. So overall, guys, I'm in love with this Mpc One. I highly recommend it. The negative stuff about this Mpc One is nowhere near being a deal breaker. I highly recommend it if you guys are trying to jump into a drum machine, sample some music, and just start creating music. That's pretty much it, guys. I wanted to share with you guys just my thoughts on it. I hope you guys enjoyed and got some information out of this video. I appreciate you guys taking some of your time and checking this video out. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. I will be making a lot more content of this Mpc One, so stick around. And again, thank you guys so much. You guys have a blessed day. I'll catch you guys on our next video.
Na boca.